So do you believe Arizona and Kyler Murray is a thing?
I do. At this point, I'm going to be more shocked if Arizona doesn't take him at number one than I would be with any other outcome. Wow. So my jaw will hit the floor come draft night, round one, if Arizona doesn't take Kyler Murray number one overall.
You've been very fond of Kyler Murray.
And rightly so.
Tiny Kyler Murray.
I mean, you can call him short. Yeah, I think he's on the shorter side, but I think that he's certainly well within the range of what you would need to succeed. And that's really all it is. Let me put it to you this way. Part of the issue with Kyler is that most people outside of the league have not done a deep enough dive into him as a player and just focused on his height, to the detriment of their own evaluation. If Kyler Murray was 6 foot and an eighth, just 1 inch higher, I think most people would have focused on his play on the field, and then he would be rightly so regarded as one of the best prospects that we've seen in the last 20 years.
If I could act, I'd be Jeremy Irons. I mean, that he's not that tall.
No, he's not. But I'm just saying that 1 inch is what prevents people from actually evaluating his play on the field. They just get stuck. You got stuck last week. I was trying to talk you off that ledge. It was like you getting stuck in the airport last night, wherever you were, for 8 hours. You got stuck on the height. And then, see, here's the deal. When you actually go and you evaluate, here's what you see. All right, America, here we go. What is Kyler Murray as a player? Let's talk about it. He was the best passer in college football last year, in particular on downs and distances and within situations that are the most critical. When you go to the down and distance of 3rd and 7+, it's the hardest down to play quality quarterback in football, regardless of the level. He was number one in rating, yards per attempt, percentage, touchdown interception ratio in all of college football. And yes, I said yards per attempt. Okay, so it's not just him dinking and dunking because I'm short, I need a split in the line. No. He was as efficient or more efficient down the field than anybody else in the sport. You also go and you look at what he did playing at that position, the most important on the field, in situations where his team was down by 1 score. See, that's hard. That's when it's pressure. Okay, guess what he was? Number 1 rating in college football. Number 1 rating in college football when his team was down by 1 score or less. That's incredible. See, everyone just glazes by that because they get stuck on his height. But the fact of the matter is, just as a passer, you can take this guy before Dwayne Haskins, just as a passer. And then you don't even have to look at what he was as a runner, and I think he would be probably the best running back in this draft if he was just evaluated as a runner. You know that he averaged 7 yards per carry, 7.1?
You know what? He's not a running back.
Guess who didn't average 7 yards per carry in any season or during his career in college football? What? Joy, do you know?
Who?
Michael Vick. He didn't even sniff 6 yards per carry.
God.
Those are facts. Yeah. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Oh, God. What happened to you?
That was a cold-blooded fact.
All right, let's go to this, though. So if you are right, and I do think there's a little smoke here that Kyler Murray...
If I'm right about Arizona?
Yeah, no, I mean, I said this to start the show today. You can't have a split building in the NFL. So there was a split building on Jared Goff. And then Sean McVay said, no.
I see what you're saying.
I can win here.
Yeah.
United the building. By the way, Matt Nagy went to Chicago, split building on Trubisky.
Not anymore.
And by the way, there was a split building on Flacco.
Yep.
And then he said, no, we're going to go with this kid. You got a split building with Josh Rosen. I do believe Cliff can sell this. You see my offense, you see my guy. They need a united building in Arizona. They got a split building now.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think it's going to be tough moving forward because it takes 2 to mend that building.
Okay.
See, it takes the Goff side of it. It takes the Trubisky side of it. You're talking about just from the coach's side. And I agree, Cliff could be that guy, but you're talking about a kid in Josh Rosen. There was reports that, all the Cardinals pictures were deleted from his Instagram, and he said, I was hacked. Listen, America. If anyone says they were hacked
they're not.
For any reason and their credit card information was not stolen, they were not hacked. That's just a baseline. Start from there and you're good, okay? He wasn't hacked. So I'm saying is I don't know if Josh is going to be able to get over that hump. I think that the fracture is not only within the building, but we'll see now with Rosen. Whether he is willing to even make this work.
Okay, you were at the Combine.
Yeah.
You talked to people.
Yeah.
What is I think Rosen has some value on the market.
I think he does too.
3rd round, 2nd round pick?
Yeah, and I think I think maybe even more than that. I think Arizona is hoping for more than that. I think they're hoping for something in the late first round, that someone would do that deal. Part of what they would point at, I believe, is that a guy like Jared Goff was able to totally transform his, not just image, but his ability to impact the game in his second year when he got around the right coach. Josh is highly talented, highly talented. In fact, if he was a rookie coming out into this draft, I would rank him number 2 behind Kyler. And I think he would be a top 10 pick in this year's draft because of the need at the quarterback position. I think he's that good. What hurts him is the things like I was just talking about with his Instagram account.
Yeah.
That's what's going to drive down the value, is the reputation that he had coming into the draft last year was that he was a little hard to get along with. And then that happens with his Instagram account, and people are going to be like, see, you're proving what we thought earlier.
Yeah, no, he's got a little Aaron Rodgers where you question whether he's the greatest leader, but nobody doubts. Like shoulders up, arm, brain, great.
Great.
But,
and it can and should work somewhere.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Joel Klatt. So these are your top 5 quarterbacks in the draft. And I do think it's a bad quarterback draft.
It's tough. It's a tough draft.
I want to make sure that people, this is what always happens, is that I have an opinion and everybody's like, oh, you don't like that guy. Like I always said with Baker Mayfield. Oh, no, he's going to work in the NFL. He's just too accurate in a throw.
Oh, really? You did?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
maybe you should
like
watch this show
history.
more. It's very good.
That seems like revisionist history. I believe the term was undraftable.
For me.
I believe.
I don't want
to go back.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a tape guy. What's on the tape don't lie. I and this guy don't lie, Colin.
Hey.
I believe that the term was undraftable.
Yeah, if I was a GM, grabbing your junk off the board. Police video off the board.
And then all of a sudden now you're saying like, oh, I thought it would work out.
He did later say that it would work out.
Joy, why do you defend Colin so much?
You know why?
Because I do a lot of listening.
We're in a relationship together, and we do journalism here.
All right, you said undraftable. That's
two
fine.
small J's equal 1 big J. That's how it works.
I like it. Okay.
Okay, let's go to your. Okay, so here's what I'll say about your whole draft board thing.
It's not great.
No, I don't disagree with it. I'm not a Will Greer kid. I'm not a big fan of him.
That's fine. I think
he's Baker without the talent. I get all this nonsense stuff with personality I don't like, but he didn't have Baker's talent.
He doesn't have the nonsense so much. He's actually kind of a no-nonsense guy. He's married, has a child. Actually, I don't know if he's married, but he does have a child with his girlfriend.
Why did he leave the college he was at initially?
I mean, I think you could say that about a lot of people.
Oh, not me. I stayed at the same college.
As a young person, you make a mistake, and I think he was a far different player and person, more importantly, at West Virginia than he was at Florida, to all people that were around him by all their accounts. Dana Holgerson would stand by that guy, and I think Will is a really changed person.
Okay.
Listen, I think Ryan Finley could be in there at number 5.
Yeah,
None of them had a great combine.
Yeah, that's Kyler Murray's the guy. There's only 2 guys here I want to see Dwayne Haskins in the league.
Yeah, I do too.
I want to see Kyler Murray.
I think only one of them make you better tomorrow, and Haskins might be a little bit of a project, but very good.
Okay, Peter King covers the NFL. Dan Patrick show this morning. He talked a little bit about Kyler Murray and the Raiders. What do you hear?
No doubt about it. Wow. That's why, regardless of what happens with there, it's someone like gave Arizona a ton of picks for the number 1 and didn't take Kyler. Kyler's not getting past Oakland. And I wouldn't put it past Oakland with all of their ammunition with draft picks that they have to make a run at Arizona in that number 1 pick. Like I said, I'm going to be really shocked if Kyler's not taken by Arizona. Wow. I'll be even more shocked if he's not taken number 1 overall by anybody.
All right. Did you have a good time at the Combine?
I had a great time. Here's the thing about the Combine. Yeah. Conversations are really why you're there.
Yeah.
And when you're actually watching the drills in the stadium, it's everything you can do to not fall asleep. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's quiet. I mean, you're in this big dome, right? You're in Lucas Oil, and it's like, it's so quiet. It's the perfect arena for a nap.
By the way, when you walk around and you'd mention my name, what do people say in the NFL?
Okay, so your name does come up a lot.
Yeah.
And absolutely. The show
winning
does.
coaches.
People are like, hey, Joel, what's going on? You know the next thing out of their mouth?
What?
Keep giving Colin grief. He's always wrong.
Well,
that's true.
Where Colin was right, where Colin was wrong.
That's right.
And you know what? I think people really love it when you admit it. Undraftable. He's off of my board.
Hey.
That's what you said. I wrote a book and he's off of my board. The 2 B's, book and board.
One person supports me on this show. And that's why, by the way, she'll be here tomorrow and you won't be. Because she supports me. Goulet.
It's true. Maybe that's why she supports you, is that she has to be here tomorrow.
Well, we're also only a year in on that.
That's a great point.
Maybe we can all just
done with your points, Klatt.
Undraftable.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.